McDowell's supplements, an effective way to ensure you and your loved ones are getting the daily recommended intake of essential vitamins, minerals, and other important nutrients necessary for optimal health. Naturally, we carry an array of health and wellness supplements. McDowell's Immune Booster enhances your body's defense to fight colds and flu, boosts your immune system, prevents viruses and other airborne diseases. McDowell's Colon Cleanser prevents constipation, helps in removing toxins from the colon, detoxifies the body, and regulates your bowel movements. McDowell's Prostate Health prevent the enlargement of the prostate, improve urinary flow, and reduce frequent urination, especially at night. Moringa oleifera capsules are rich in minerals like calcium, potassium, zinc, magnesium, iron, and copper, vitamins like beta-carotene, vitamin A, vitamin B such as folic acid, vitamin C, D, and E. McDowell's Potassium Complex, used for treating and preventing low potassium levels, high blood pressure, preventing stroke, and aid in weight loss. McDowell's Triple Magnesium relaxes the muscles, relieves cramps and helps to control high blood pressure, improves sleep, and can calm the nerves. Magnesium is very important for the normal functioning of cells, nerves, muscles, bones, and the heart. McDowell's Ginger Turmeric helps to relieve pain, decrease nausea and enhance the immune function to help protect against illness and infection. Ginger turmeric has powerful anti-inflammatory properties and improves your circulation. Don't hold health back. Let health strike back. McDowell's, the better way to start your health. Visit Health Service Center, John Compton Highway, call 453-6417. Let your wellness be our stress.
The man, the voice. Your hero is back. Raw facts, no fluffs. Shelton Daniel is here to deal with the issues. Big issues. 12:30 p.m. to 2 p.m. Monday to Friday on Real FM.
The start of another week, the last one for the month of July, taking us into the month of August. This is The Real Issues with me, Shelton Daniel, your host and producer, alongside Alton Jaquan Joseph, our technical operator. I hope you had a good weekend. I think you must have had one. I did have one, and I know many other people who did. That you made it through safely and happily, and that you're starting another work week in good spirits and with all your plans well laid out and the optimism to accomplish them. All right, it is Monday the 29th day of July 2024, and that means that after today we have just another 2 days left in the month. Yes, because Wednesday will be the 1st of August, and that'll be Emancipation Day, so it will be a public holiday in St. Lucia. We won't be having any Real Issues program then on the 1st of August. Yep. So I talk about Wednesday. It's actually Thursday that will be the public holiday. Wednesday will be the 31st. It will be the last day of the month. And so I hope you have all your plans laid out and already working towards fulfilling them for Emancipation Day. You know, Emancipation comes right on the heels of Carnival. It comes on the heels of so many other things that we've had. We had jazz earlier in the year. We had, Carnival and so on. And one of the things I really would like to see for Emancipation Day, maybe the authorities, Cultural Development Foundation, Ministry of, whatever it is, can offer some kind of incentive to our musical artists so that they can get into creating more music, discography as they might call it, that is more emancipation specific. We have a lot for Carnival, but that's understood. Carnival is a season, jazz is a season, and so on. But given the significance of emancipation, that we can have our songwriters and our musicians churning out music, songs, lyrics that are consciousness focused, but at the same time that are catchy, that are marketable, that are commercially viable, etc. for emancipation. Because I notice that almost every year that we have emancipation, we default to Bob Marley's redemption song, Emancipate Yourself from Mental Slavery, None But Ourselves. It's a good song, don't get me wrong, but it has stood the test of time, I mean, that song is so many. I mean, that song is 40 years old, you know, more than that, because Bob Marley died in 1981. So if you're talking about, you know, this year is 43 years since Bob Marley died, if I'm not mistaken with the arithmetic. So, you know, I would like to see more, not just our Calypsonians, our people who are into reggae and whatever it is that they're into, dancehall and rap and so on, that they turn out music. We don't need to bring in Shine Barrow or whoever to sing emancipation songs for us. We have, and there's nothing wrong if we do collaborations with people, musicians in Martinique, in the French Antilles, musicians in Dominica, in Trinidad and so on, so that we come out with collaborative music and songs that are emancipation focused, emancipation specific. So by the time Carnival ends, you know, we start blowing that music out. I also would like to see younger people, newer generations coming out with songs for La Rose and La Marguerite to keep the culture and the traditions alive, that it won't be just something for old people, Jean Longtemps and so on. Although I have to say, over the years, I've seen very encouraging signs of younger people getting involved in those things, going to Bouillet de la Rose and so on, and enjoying it. You know, keep those things alive by the way that we celebrate them in the culture, with our music, with our arts, with our... I think you understand what I'm saying, and it goes on. I think Je ne Creole has given a very good account of itself, you know. We've had, you know, music that has come out. It may not have been put out specifically for Je ne Creole, but it became popular in the Je ne Creole season and so on, that you heard this kind of music. And I'd like to see our culture being celebrated throughout the year. But like I said, for a musician to come out and to go about producing music and music for emancipation and so on, maybe there need to be some prizes, there need to be some kind of incentives offered to them, so that they will feel that it is worth their while to get into it. Because making music is not just snapping your finger. Making music it's difficult, it's time consuming, it takes talent, it takes effort, it takes perseverance, it takes frustration, it takes a lot of sweat and all of that. We may see when they come to perform it that it looks like it's nothing, but the performance is really the culmination of a long period of rehearsal, of practice, of tweaking, of correcting, of editing, of redoing, and all that sort of thing that they have to go through. So just a thought that just came to my mind as we head into emancipation, that Redemption Song by Bob Marley will not be the only celebratory tune that we know and we resort and we default to when emancipation rolls around. I'll be opening the phone lines quickly because I know we're coming on after a weekend and it's a shortened week, 4 days this week. We're gonna have today, tomorrow, Wednesday, a holiday on Thursday. And what's that? It's okay. Whatever I have to say isn't so critical that I can't interrupt myself. So anytime you want to call, you're welcome to do so. But I have to tell you of my sadness. And that's why some time ago I told you I kind of emotionally disconnected from West Indies cricket, because it's just too tormenting. It's just too heartbreaking that West Indies go up to England. And it's not just the fact that they lose a 3-test series 3-0, you know. It's the way they lost every single one of them. That spectacular batting collapse, you know. So, well, the first test was no contest right through. I mean, West Indies never showed up. You know, they never were an issue. They never were an item. They never were, you know, any kind of consideration in that first test. I mean, that first test, West Indies were beaten inside 3 days, meaning in less than 3 days. If you consider 3 sessions, you know, per day, you know, in 3 days, West Indies didn't last 8 sessions, you know, far less the full 9. And they were gone already, beaten by an innings and so on. The second test was painful because you saw some fight in the batting department. They actually led England on first innings and so on. But it's like England know they won't have to break a sweat. They blew away West Indies. Again, that match didn't go into the 5th day. Inside 4 days, in the last session of the 4th day, West Indies were gone. And it is the same thing with this third test and so on. It's like, you know, I don't know. If they do a little well in the batting, you know, they lose it in the fielding. They lose it in the bowling. Some kind of complacency. Like, up to now, our team does not know that in order to win a cricket match, a test cricket match, you have to perform well. And above all, you have to perform consistently across 4 innings, 2 in which you are the batting side, 2 in which you are the fielding / bowling side. You cannot afford to let the catches go a begging. You cannot afford the loose bowling that you see where you bowl a couple of good ones and then you're straying down leg side, despite seeing that the English batsmen, almost every one of them, they're very good in playing that ball off their legs in the leg side flick or drive or whatever it is you call it. They're very good at that. You still keep on straight. I'm not saying I'm not one of those who believe that a bowler must bowl 6 balls in exactly the same spot. You do that, and then the batsman would have figured you out, would have worked you out, would have calculated and calibrated you, know where you're going to put that ball, adjust his shot, everything, his stances, everything. He's going to adjust it and he's going to play you, just almost predicting you, because you've made yourself predictable. But come on, don't tell me you don't know that there is a spot of difficulty where you can force a batsman to play and he will play a bad shot and so on. On the other hand, West Indian batsmen playing well up to a point and then some atrocious shot. To this day, our batsmen of that era where we have been losing don't seem to understand the value of crisp occupation, of digging in, of settling down, of wearing down the opposition, of frustrating the bowlers and so on, occupying the crease, keeping your wicket intact, knowing that they must bowl the bad balls, either because they get frustrated, either because they want to try something different and then you're going to pounce on them. You don't go playing those kind of rash shots. Like West Indies come, they lose 2 or 3 early wickets, and it's like it just keeps falling and falling and falling. At a time when you most need them. Those who come after don't seem to have the discipline, don't seem to have the confidence. The talent is there. You can see it. And no such thing as they're talentless. They're not talentless. These are capable people. You see when they put their heads and they play how well they can. Occupy the crease, wear down the opposition. They are the fielding side. They have to be feeling more tired than you. They are the ones who have to run in the field. They are the ones who have to run up and bowl and do it over and over and over again. You, the batting side, grind them down, milk them and so on. Oh no. It's like if there is a day to come and one session and West Indies have 300 runs to do to win, they want to score the 300 runs in that final session, because either they have on their mind on the final day they want to go shopping, or they want to go sightseeing, or they want to go touring, or they want to go clubbing. It's cricket you come to play, You got the feeling that they want to get it done and over with. Some people have said maybe it is the 2020 mindset, that is in their mind too much. West Indian players have been doing very well in India in that IPL and so on. For some reason, I don't find they do as well in the Caribbean when we have the CPL. But over in India, those guys are revered over there. That maybe it is the mindset of the 20 overs, blast away for everything you're worth and with everything you got. I don't know, before we had T20 cricket, that was a problem with West Indies batsmen. Like, they want to get it done and over with in one session, in less than one day, and that sort of thing. The opposition, they stayed there, they wear down, they grind down, they understand the importance of winning. The psychological game, we just don't seem to have that in us. And so we lose a series 3-0. Even if they had played much better than they did, especially the batsmen. The bowlers, to me, were one thing, like I said, straying too much down leg side. The selection begs a few questions. I got nothing against Alzari Joseph. I think he's very talented, but he was far from his best in that series and so on. Were there other changes that we could have shifted things around? I do not know, but it is the ease with which West Indies were losing in the performance, mostly in the second innings. Like I said, in the first test, they were not there at all. They never showed up. But like West Indies, just losing without any fight, meek, capitulation and so on. And you have to feel, what's going to start next? They'll start asking for the head of the coach and the head of this person and Darren Sammy and this person and that. You're going to have the best coach. You're going to have the best manager. You're going to have all these people that you want, the best president. You can change Kishore Shallow and put somebody else and this person and that. Unless the players apply themselves, and nothing any coach can do for them. You can talk till your tongue rip out, till the cows come home. You can do whatever you want. You're not going to get anything unless there is on-field application. And this is what I feel is lacking. People making all kinds of excuse. Oh, it's an inexperienced team, and what did we expect? Yes, I understand all of that. Inexperienced team. But inexperienced team don't mean they don't have some fight in them. Don't mean they don't have some resistance. Don't mean they don't have some discipline. Don't mean they don't have some application. Don't mean they don't have some grit in them to say, look, if you're going to get me, you're going to have to fight to get me. You'll have to fight for every inch of what you want to get from me. I'm not going to give it up very quickly. I'm not going to give it up. The very talented Carl Hooper back in the days, this was one of the criticisms of him, not that Hooper was getting out, but that sometimes they're absolutely absurd, silly, meek ways that Hooper was giving away his wicket, because Hooper was a guy who was so technically perfect, people would say, in his stance, in his shaping up, in his execution, that you kind of looked at Hooper as a guy who couldn't possibly get out, you know. And it was not that he got out. Every batsman does. But the way Carl Hooper was meekly and tamely giving away his wicket with some easy catches and run-outs and nonsense of that kind. And that is what I find with the West Indies team on many occasions. They're like a collective Carl Hooper. Talented, very, very, you know, a lot of potential inside it, but then they just blow it away. Anyway, that's why I tell you. That's why I tell you. As if to save yourself from the heartbreak of watching how the West Indies lose, you just tell yourself sometimes, just disconnect from this thing. Disconnect from it. Let me read a couple of notices, because people sometimes say they don't know this had happened, and I don't know. The notices, they get to me, I guess, because I'm a media worker. But the Parliament of St. Lucia put out a notice since last week. It is dated July 26. As on Friday it came out. A press release from the Office of the Clerk. And it said the Office of the Parliament of St. Lucia wishes to advise the public that the office will remain closed, listen to this carefully, from Monday, July 29th, 2024, that's today, to Friday, August the 9th, 2024, that's next week, Friday. So it will be closed effectively for 2 weeks from today until Friday next week, to continue remedial work and the deep cleaning / sanitization of the office. The office will resume normal operations on Monday, August 12th, 2024. All communiques may be transmitted via electronic means using the following email address: Parliament SLU, that's all in small letters, lowercase, parliamentslu@yahoo.co.uk. I'll say it again: parliamentslu@yahoo.co.uk, and copied to the following persons: Miss Sharon Montoot, Deputy Clerk of Parliament. Her email address is smontoot@gosl.gov.lc. Once again, the Deputy Clerk of Parliament, Miss Sharon Montoot, smontoot@gosl.gov.lc, and Miss Nita Louis, Senior Administrative Secretary, Nita, which is at govt.lc. Now listen to the two different addresses. Mrs. Montoot's email address is smontoot@gosl.gov.lc, and Miss Louis, the Senior Administrative Secretary, nita.louis@govt. One is GOSL, the other one is govt.lc. Persons wishing to contact the office should call 518-8205. That's 518-8205 if you need to call the Parliament office. And they end by saying, we apologize for any inconvenience caused and thank you for your patience and understanding. I'm making a point of reading this and stressing on it because I've been getting complaints from some people who are not people who are wanting for telephone, email, that kind of access and so on. And they have complained that they heard no notice about the closure. And we were dealing with that on Friday when the minister responsible for crime prevention, Honorable Jeremiah Norbert, called to explain the closure of the Home Affairs Office on Monjiro Street, for which a notice had been put out because I received it. However, I don't know the platform on which I received it, how many people have access to it, how many people are subscribed to it, how many people are on the contact list or mailing list, whatever. And that is what I suggested to a government information official, that they maybe need to find out ways that they can get more people into that network so that they can receive those notifications. All right. There's another notice that I saw that I will read again as a public service. And this one has to do with the Public Assistance Program payments. Folks, Public Assistance Program PAP payments for July begin Monday, July 29, 2024. That is today. The Ministry of Equity, Social Justice and Empowerment wishes to notify clients of the Public Assistance Program, PAP or PAP, of Babono, Castries, Grosile, Susi, and Millet regions that payments for the month of July will commence on Monday, July 29th, 2024 to Wednesday, July 31st, 2024 at the Welfare Division on Trinity Church Road, Castries from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. For further information, please contact the ministry at telephone number 468-5103 or 5108 in Castries, if you're contacting them in the north, we can say. And the southern number is 4546478. Those numbers again, if you need further information about the Public Assistance Program payments that for the month of July are being made from today, Monday the 29th, until Wednesday, July the 31st, at the Welfare Division on Trinity Church Road, which is the road where you will find the Anglican Church and Rectory on the one side, the northern side, and where you will find the Civil Service Cooperative Credit Union. Okay, so that road runs between them on the southern side. The Anglican Cemetery is also there. I'm giving all these details, not that I don't think there are many people who wouldn't know. So you can collect it there from the welfare office between 9 a.m., which is already gone, until 2 p.m. today, tomorrow, Wednesday. If you need further information, contact the ministry at telephone numbers 468-5103 or 5108 if you're contacting in the Castries area in the north, and 4546478 in the south. Now, I PAT and I, put all my Vinku and my, gorge into that one as a public service so that we can hear those notices. This thing about nobody knows what is happening, I don't know. I know the government puts out a lot of information on the government website. They have WhatsApp groups with government information. They put out press releases. Maybe the way of getting them out is not effective, or perhaps we just don't pay attention to those things. Is our music, is our soaps, is our Lide, is our Ruru. That's the kind of thing that we tend to like. Serious information that pertains to us, we tend not to pay too much attention to it. Many of us, that is. Not all of us, I'm sure. All right? Good. Let's see what else we have here. Let's see. Yes, good afternoon to you, Oliver Lawrence, who says, unless we come to the truism that West Indies cricket goes beyond the boundary. All right. I said I'm going to open the phone lines very shortly, but before I do, let me just take a little sip of water, because over the weekend my attention was drawn to some further United Workers' Party attacks on this whole thing with the CIA. You seldom find so pervasive, except during times like jazz and the Journée Creole season, vibrant and bubbly in the country. And you got a feeling that the United Workers' Party feels itself obligated to come and to try to bust the bubble, not so much of the Labour Party, but of the people. To try to rain on their parade, to come up with something, sometimes something that's old. And let me tell you something about lying and deceiving people. When you want to lie to people and deceive them on a mass scale, you don't come and tell them limited lies, You don't come and tell them lies that are contained and that are modest. Because to be modest about your lying is to convey timidity about the lying. And if you're timid about the lie, you want to come and lie to people and to blow. Wow, how can that possibly be? They will imagine that have the gall to come and tell them those things we are trying to use on St. Lucians. Lie to them, tell them some There must be something in that, because he wouldn't dare to come and thing has been discredited and discarded, but you come back with that foolishness over and over again. And that is what Alan Shastney and the UWP are doing and are banking on. Come out with something that is so outlandish. We have a call on the line. Let's take the call. All right. That's probably one of those who... There's some absurd people out there. They're new on TV, intermittent breaks, glitches. Well, what else is new? Sabotage at work and so on. I don't know. Don't know if it's true, you know. Certainly nobody sent me any message about it. Maybe the people in the TV department from time to time can just send me a little WhatsApp and tell me, okay, we have a little problem on the TV and so on. So at least I'll be able to sound. So we're not being heard on the TV. I don't know why. Guys in the TV, can you all please look into it that we have no sound coming out on the TV? I don't know why. Ladies and gentlemen, The Real Issue is a program that is hosted in the radio studio in Real FM, and by connection. Really what's going on with the TV, I often am unable to tell you. I'm sitting in the radio studio where we do the program here, and then it is conveyed to the television and to the other platforms, including the Facebook Live. So I'm sorry about that. What I was saying a little while ago, I'll continue it because we're already due for the break. Maybe during the break our people can look to see what's...
Shelton Daniel is here to deal with the issues. Real issues. 12.
McDowell nutrients necessary for optimal health. Naturally, we carry an array of health and wellness supplements. McDowell's Immune Booster enhances your body's defense to fight colds and flu, boosts your immune system, prevents viruses and other airborne diseases. McDowell's Colon Cleanser prevents constipation, helps in removing toxins from the colon, detoxifies the body, and regulates your bowel movements. McDowell's Prostate Health prevent the enlargement of the prostate, improve urinary flow, and reduce frequent urination, especially at night. Moringa oleifera capsules are rich in minerals like calcium, potassium, zinc, magnesium, iron, and copper, vitamins like B. McDowell's Potassium Complex, used for treating and preventing low potassium levels, high blood pressure, preventing stroke, and aid in weight loss. McDowell's Triple Magnesium relaxes the muscles, relieves cramps and helps to control high blood pressure, improves sleep, and can calm the nerves. Magnesium is very important for the normal functioning of cells, nerves, muscles, bones, and the heart. McDowell's Ginger Turmeric helps to relieve pain, decrease nausea and enhance the immune function to help protect against illness and infection. Ginger turmeric has powerful anti-inflammatory properties and improves your circulation. Don't hold health back. Let health strike back. McDowell's, the better way to start your health. Visit Health Service Center, John Compton Highway, call 453-6417, let your wellness be our stress.
It is well known that diseases like diabetes, high blood pressure, and other illnesses may restrict blood flow, which can lead to impotence and erectile dysfunction. This is why Enhance was formulated to meet these challenging health problems, which can reduce your ability to perform. If you're having problems maintaining your manhood, then reclaim your manhood today with Enhance. Enhance increases your energy level, boosts your stamina, and increases your endurance.
You can get your Enhance at Southwell VA4, Restorer Pharmacy Soufre, Knightsmed Miku, Lay by Bar The Morn, Dexter's Place Jeremy Street Castries, Citygate Bar The City opposite the market, Plants Place Denry Highway, Arlette Supermarket Soufre, The Release Stress Bar Labrie Highway, Cool Joint Bar Victoria Schwazel, Prios Bus Stop 22, next to the Moshi Bus Stop opposite the Grosile Bus Stop. Prios Bar and Grill in Corinth, Grosile.
Enhance, the best a man can get.
The voice. Your hero is back. Raw facts, no fluff. Shelton Daniel is here to deal with the issues. Real issues. 12:30 p.m. to 2 p.m. Monday to Friday on Real FM.
All right, folks. Thank you so very much. Apparently, the technical people in the television division are aware that there is a problem. It isn't long that it has been there, and I believe they are working to do something about it. But they are aware of it, and that's the most I can say. In and out, more out than anything, and I appreciate that feedback. And folks, thanks so very much for letting us know what is happening. We have a call on the line, and we'll take calls as soon as they come. All right, so that's 2 calls that we have, and it's just cutting off the moment that Jaquan answers. I don't know why, whether it is occupy the line kind of thing that's taking place. Richard Frederick said last week about people who were just calling. He crashed the live stream or whatever it was, so who knows? Yeah. Are we getting this one? Caller, are you there?
I'm there.
Okay, that doesn't sound like any Bowel that's there. That sounds like,
I am there.
A real person.
I was just testing,
Okay.
Yeah. So, Shelton, since you made the point, right, regarding the issue with the television, I think somebody ended uninterrupted, and then there are some other programs when they're on all kinds of technical glitches. So I think it's a matter for me the way I feel, as if forgetting the saboteurs on the other side or on a side, whatever. I think management needs to take the viewers seriously, a lot more seriously than they do now, and do something. Find the program or whatever it is that is required so that we can sit home and enjoy the programs as we ought to. Imagine on Friday there was no Zafeno, but at the appointed time, the program at 9 o'clock came on, and I get it that it is Mr. McDowell's business place and everything, but please treat us with some measure of respect. Although respect is not the word I'm looking for, but come on, man, this thing is too regular now.
Watched Jaim this morning. Was that a repeat? Are you sure? Be careful, that we don't, give out. But I watched Jaim doing Zafenu this morning. So I don't know. Oh, good. Okay, he corrects himself and says Friday, sorry. I'm aware that Friday there was no Zafenu, but this morning there was. All right. Cornelia says Jaim was on today. Folks, let me tell you what. Since you heard nothing of what I said in the first half hour, etc., let me just open the phone lines at your pleasure, ad libitum, whatever it is that you want to talk about. This is the real issues, which is largely determined by you. What are some of the things that are important to you? In fact, I meant to ask you today. But we have a call on the line, so let's take that call. Good afternoon, real issues.
Good afternoon, Sheldon. How are you doing?
I'm doing okay. How about you?
Sheldon, that's Winston Logan here.
Hey.
I'm just calling for some form of advertisement. For emancipation, we are organizing a domino competition in honor of a labor stalwart, who had done tremendous work for labor in G40. His name is Jones Joseph.
Jones, as if I know someone called Jones.
Yeah. Jones is Bob. They're the fishing port in G40.
Yeah, Jones is kind of Indian-like, man.
That is itself.
Oh, okay. I haven't seen Jones for a long time. Is he still alive and okay?
Jones is dead. He has been dead for almost 3 years now, going on the 4th. Yeah.
Okay, all right. Okay, do we still have the call on the line? We have another person? All right, 487-9849. Yeah, these technical things and the complaints about them, they kind of throw you off a bit, and I have to say, I'm getting a little thrown off by it because, like people have observed, it's happening too often. So, somebody told me, somebody in New York or St. Lucian just called me on my phone to tell me that the only part he heard from what I said about the TV people say there's no problem at the end, he just heard me say that and he heard me say nothing again. Like it cut off at that point. Now, this is not on the TV, this is Facebook Live. So, we need to get some of those things corrected. We need to troubleshoot them and find out what really is the problem and so on. Because as people are observing it, it's happened. At one time we seem to have gotten through it. It was found out to be the link that we had between the radio and the TV studio was not good. I think that got corrected and it became problematic, you know. I mean, so let's hear from another caller. Hi caller, you're on the air.
Good morning, good afternoon, Mr. Shelton. How are you, sir?
Hey, what's happening now?
Oh, brother, I am a bit confused as a Brazilian because I realize there is a get-together. I call that a get-together back to bring everybody that have left Brazil for about 20, 30 years is back. And they're doing a reunion. Now, I really don't understand because I remember there was a reunion in Canary where when the people left, they donated ambulance. Now, I am there listening carefully to know what really is the objective of that reunion, why it was suggested to the people, what was suggested to the people of Brazil, and what is it they're gonna leave behind, so that when they left St. Lucia, that they can say, well, through the people have donated something, even for sending children to school, looking for scholarships, and donate a few $100. You know, do not tell me you put in signs.
From Urban Dolo, telling me that something like that was being planned, a reunion for Grozile, whether I would be available or whether I would be willing to host at least a program devoted to interviewing some of the people who are involved in it, in organizing it. And he promised that he would get back in touch with me with more details. I cannot tell you that the time that he gave me to get back in touch with me has passed. I didn't really take careful note of it. But I'm expecting to hear from him so he can give me more information. But I have heard about this reunion. I think Sir Calix George, in a call last week, if it's him, it's not him, I apologize, mentioned something like that. But I heard something about a Grozile reunion. But the full details about everything it is, the purpose and so on, I'm waiting on Urban Dolo to get in touch with me because he asked me if I could do them the courtesy of, hosting an interview on the program or something of that kind. Yeah.
Because the reason why I ask this question is that I believe, in my humble opinion, if for some reason and I think they come back to pay Grozile because that was the place they were born, so that they can give Grozile back something in return, so that they will always be remembered. And for the crime, I will put crime because that is the number one thing on the agenda of the Flambeaus. I would put crime in it so that they will say they will have more ambulance in Grozile. They will try to put more light. They will do something so that they leave something behind in Grozile so that we can talk about.
But why do you mention those who went to America and not those who went to other places, England?
Went to Canada, America, and all these
Okay, all right, okay.
Canada and America are the two biggest set of people that is down here now.
But I have heard that
to drink rum, to give people food, drink rum, bring people food. I thought they would bring some kind of scholarship by one of the universities. I thought they would try to get some nurses from back to America to look for work for some of the nurses. Do something so that we can say, well, the life in America is worth with fighting for. What it is that really is the objective of that. That's what I want to know,
Okay, all right, okay. But people who are overseas, apart from building a community center, whatever, they help the economy and when they send...
I am saying right now, externally, I'm going to go. Externally, I'm going to parler about that. Moi, ça dit qu'on a reunion à ce step-là. Nous allons continuer parce que chaque tous les réunions nous expect en bas ils vont sortir out of it. Même si c'est yo gars mis en des fois mon dit fixe longtemps, c'est gars mener jeune maman à tout là pour parler ba yo, pour demander yo ti manière puis yo ça contrôler quoi yo. Si really si mon really met ba ils ensemble, pour dire ça yo mettre ensemble. If I expect to join family, and if I go to expect to benefit from it. The problem is money on subject.
Okay. Okay, so Badu.
Yeah.
Adali do même qui soupçonne that pour qui raison yo ka chen ça.
Well, when they buy politics là.
Okay,
I
okay.
mean, right now là, actuellement là, en l'idée moi terror j'ai tout ça connaît. Pour ça faire un glou puis. So that I mean, they you vla bagay pour sa vie après Gozile because Gozile actuellement on va dire la Republic. Right now Gozile right now là, c'est pas moi qui kan quoi. Des fois monde de gars donne les bagay ka di natel là même qu'on ouais. From that guy monte against Trump plan within 24 hours. Il est about about $200 million. So when the guy expects nous c'est monter les gars qui fait bail Gozile. Pour lever Gozile, faire Gozile primaire because you can parler about ça. Because tout ça was that the MFF 28 years ago, UWP d'accord les bali pour faire toilette, bien ça tout. So then c'est pour ça moi m'a des questions ça. Because moi dis c'est si game terror, si bail moi l'école terror, il a driver là. C'est ça moi dit.
OK. Bandu mon bail. Qui m'a donné l'idée yo kay senti ko yo si yo vinn calte bail ça pourquoi yo ka vinn combler assembler moun yo côté. Egle yo gade pa la, hop yo on obi pa la, hop yo on obando lo pa la, yo wa komen lot moun yo.
Ba la ki le pi yo a, Shelton. Pour ça moi dit that yo try maintenant ba pour commencer reste là. Yo gade ça yo ça fait. C'est ça nga dire.
OK, moi comprendre.
Ouais, ou comprendre moi.
Oui.
Because là nous gade do pour Philippe J.Pierre pour rien ba ici. Ça moun di ka fou.
So, ba ma do mo bagay, uno maintenant skinny, so ma le si yo diviser site là en mettre en trois comme ça. Bébé kay continue ko yon skinny kay peut-être chebe on lot. Dis-moi what c'est.
Nous kay ville Gozile.
OK. Endosely. Qui la slot de moun yo ni la ka chebe puis yo sa gade.
Well, when the terror vle monter actuellement because the American is volnef avec argent l'autre monde. Mais ou pas les moun ka chile about. Ba la carré actuellement c'est ici là. C'est un bagage tellement neuf là-bas. Ça vient à pouvoir payer ça. C'est si yo donne Philippe J.Pierre mort. Because right now actuellement tout le monde qui a payé à gâteau. C'est yon a fait primaire leader yo a jamais ouais en fait ici. Depuis à George Mallet, tout le monde là pour ça c'est pour les leaders les partis nous y a leader
George Charles
c'est bon ça bon Pierre ni même principe là il est même le leadership là il est même l'idée avec ces boucs là Pierre c'est un homme he is from the people il là il va mal il a fait Pierre mal so on est pour comprendre right now that Mountain District have acheté en doctrine Pierre même si on passe dans l'autre monde à dos il peut pas faire rien il peut pas faire d'ici il peut pas faire ça c'est blanc en bas Philippe J.Pierre Cédric on y Cédric ça fait bien on y Bougzala on y qui Bougvalia là Minister of Education
Sean
l'année nom a dit dans là tellement en gouvernance a dit là pour nous ça dit nous n'y a pas de prime minister là mais là il y a un leader un leader qui reconnaît culture qui ça monde vrai c'est Philippe J.Pierre pour dire
ou ka courir aller top l'autre place nous parler contre Spider OK Spider jala ou dit non écoutez-moi ou dit contre clown ça ka courir faire rôle là il veut vier monter encore bon depuis chasse n'est pas qu'un endosli ou savent all fall down il ka tourner contre chasse ni encore il ka vier quoi il ka tag les boy bien bien
day of election pour avoir mon d'accord ou ka faire réalité mais c'est là où vient la terre où est le test cricket là où est ball like swing comme un peu vidéo on a dit we go outside like gonna hit every ball outside of the fence
that's right
là où il va les wickets là où est ball like swing then on a dit wow c'est moi de crier à ça y est
on dit faut bail
right now là un changement pays cette petit jeune monde ouais à clété jeune monde ouais en l'autre la vie jeune monde actuellement garder et maintenant une opportunité pour yo actuellement une opportunité pour tout le monde Pierre right now on va rentrer il y a qu'on dit c'est manière Guyana c'est jeune Guyana
les choses
Yes, good afternoon. How do you do, sir?
Hey, I'm doing okay. How about you?
Not bad. What not be said that made so much sense. Oh, yes. Honestly, Spider has got caught in his own web. And you know the worst thing is when your leg has already been tangled in a web. The more force you exert in order to get yourself out, you never realize you are just tightening the web around your feet.
Quite true.
And from your feet to your head.
So true.
Now that is exactly what's happening to Spider there. I don't see any way out for Spider. And I can't see the next person that they bring. Anybody that they bring, Spider will be arguing with the person and that conflict will never stop. Prudent himself, he's not going to leave the ground.
You notice anybody who don't give Prudent consideration for being a candidate, he turning against them.
His concern is not more of being a candidate, you know. I think he was born thinking that he has to be an ambassador.
Yeah, something like that. Either he has to be a candidate or he has to be given a diplomatic post or something so.
Yes, and if he doesn't get that, then woe be unto you.
Yeah.
But
that's wait as the next election approaches and Shastri don't endorse him, you know, because it ain't going to be any diplomatic position from Shastri, because Shastri to appoint him to a diplomatic position, he first have to win. But you'll see how Prudent will fall out with Shastri again. Because
no. If he does not endorse him, then we know he's back at Labour.
Because anybody can look at Prudent from 1,000 miles away and know that Prudent as a candidate stands no chance. You know, he never did, he never has, he never will. Anyway.
But he has not gotten that. he has not gotten that yet.
All right.
So trust me, I'm just keeping my fingers crossed. I know he will never get to there. And I know for sure. Let's bet our last cent between the two of us. He will be helping Labour to campaign because he knows there is a possibility they can give him a job in the Prudent. I have told them so much crap.
You have a lot of respect for them.
Yes, these guys don't lose their cool. The things I have told Bowers, and he has never for once ever lost his cool with me. If he had given me that, I will shit at him. He has never lost his cool. And Prudent too. I told Prudent, you are better at making charcoal than going into politics. Stick to that.
What did he do? He laughed?
He's cool.
Okay, that's rough, to tell him that.
But that's true.
Yeah, it's rough.
You know, he shows pictures of his breadfruit tree with nice breadfruit. He made charcoal. He planted potatoes. He has wax apple. I told him, you are better than that in politics. Just give that up. You know, and somebody's telling you that like this, that they're just kicking you in your face. And you just swallow it and be nice and cool. I could not have swallowed that, but he did. And I've told him that on many occasions.
Yeah. Let me tell you something. If Prudent were to fall out with Shastri again, and he comes back, to kind of like cozying up to Labour and so on, right? As I think he did for a time in the last election cycle, the previous election cycle. Even if Prudent has any kind of political capital that he can run behind people, you don't run, you don't subtract. You try to add, you try to multiply, and popping ship here and then jumping back over there. That they don't give you an image that suggests that the problem is with you, that is you have a fault. You have to be careful with that,
No, but what you have not understood, what Prudent is doing is that he's searching for political validation. And he ain't getting it. Why you have been searching for so long?
Yeah, but at Prudent's age, if he ain't get political validation yet, will he ever get it? Prudent is a young man, So if people ain't made up their mind about him now, you think anyway, let me leave that alone. Thanks for your contribution, Maria.
He has not understood that.
Yeah.
Searching.
Okay.
Because some people search for 900 years and they probably get it at 902 years. Yes. Because sometimes you don't get it at your young age. All your youth, you fight for it, you never got it.
Sometimes our politics gets a little too serious. And so we need some people once in a while to provide us with a bit of comic relief. And to my mind, Ferrell Prudent is one such person. Okay? I mean, no disrespect meant to him, but when it comes to politics, Prudent is one I regard as a clown. Not a bad clown, not a malicious one, not one that is vicious as I know some can be, but I consider him to be a clown, to be honest with you. But Maria, thanks. We're getting another call.
Okay, do that.
Shelton.
Yeah, hi, good afternoon to you.
How can you say the man Prudent haven't got no capital? The man full of capital.
Political capital.
Yeah, political capital. Yes, yeah, he's full of political capital.
So when Prudent come on your side, he bring in a few people with him, family and all of that.
But the capital that he bring in, it starts with F. Failures. Capital F for failure.
I wouldn't even go so far. I don't know that he begs people for food to eat or for anything like that. So I wouldn't call him a failure.
I the word prudent. And what I got is careful and sensible, marked by sound judgment. That is the meaning of the word prudent. Now that child prudent, he don't fit in that equation of the common man. They make sure that they meet of the St. Lucia Labour Party. Once you have a good soul within you, it will tell you that the Philip JP administration has delivered. And I heard some breaking news last night that St. Jude, oh my goodness, will be delivered in a little over a year's time. And that is good news for the people of this country. And I believe in my heart and in my soul that this government deserves a next term to continue the work that I've laid out. Thank you very much, Shelton.
All right, so let me tell you. You there?
Yeah, I'm still there. I'm running away.
I thought it was this year that St. Jude was going to be delivered. How did I get it wrong? Am I confusing year of infrastructure with year of finish?
So it encompass many different things. So year of infrastructure could be roads. It could be buildings.
Okay.
Year of infrastructure. But St. Jude is going to be delivered before the next general election. And I believe should be given a second term to run the country. Thank you very much.
Okay, all right. Thank you very much. Now I think we're overdue for that commercial break, Jokwan, aren't we? Okay. All right, okay.
I said that, yeah. I said that because, at one point I even told the people there, well, I'm going to build a beach for them.
You build a beach for them?
On pillars, yeah.
No, hold on. You're going to build a beach as in a bolame?
Yeah, right.
And you're going to build a beach on pillars?
Right.
Because
I could compare that to all the promises of politicians. I'm telling them mine straight. I'm not hiding to lie to them.
Let's take the break. No. We have a man who promised people he's going to build a beach for them. And he'll build the beach on pillars. And we're sacrificing our break for that. Come on. And since 97, conveniently, he noticed all the problems in the country begin because that's when the Labour Party won 16-1, come on, but I don't mind that part, the politics of 97 is when everything bad started to happen. But you want to tell me,
McDowell's Supplements, an effective way to ensure you and your loved ones are getting the daily recommended intake of essential vitamins, minerals, and other important nutrients necessary for optimal health. Naturally, we carry an array of health and wellness supplements. McDowell's Immune Booster enhances your body's defense to fight colds and flu, boosts your immune system, prevents viruses and other airborne diseases. McDowell's Colon Cleanser prevents constipation, helps in removing toxins from the colon, detoxifies the body, and regulates your bowel movements. McDowell's Prostate Health prevent the enlargement of the prostate, improve urinary flow, and reduce frequent urination, especially at night. Moringa oleifera capsules are rich in minerals like calcium, potassium, zinc, magnesium, iron, and copper, vitamins like beta-carotene, vitamin A, vitamin B such as folic acid, vitamin C, D, and E. McDowell's Potassium Complex, used for treating and preventing low potassium levels, high blood pressure, preventing stroke, and aid in weight loss. McDowell's Triple Magnesium relaxes the muscles, relieves cramps and helps to control high blood pressure, improves sleep, and can calm the nerves. Magnesium is very important for the normal functioning of cells, nerves, muscles, bones, and the heart. McDowell's Ginger Turmeric helps to relieve pain, decrease nausea and enhance the immune function to help protect against illness and infection. Ginger turmeric has powerful anti-inflammatory properties and improves your circulation. Don't hold health back. Let health strike back. McDowell's, the better way to start your health. Visit Health Service Center, John Compton Highway, call 453-6417. Let your wellness be our stress.
It is well known that diseases like diabetes, high blood pressure, and other illnesses may restrict blood flow, which can lead to impotence and erectile dysfunction. This is why Enhance was formulated to meet these challenging health problems, which can reduce your ability to perform. If you're having problems maintaining your manhood, then reclaim your manhood today with Enhance. Enhance increases your energy level, boosts your stamina, and increase
Pharmacy Soufre, Knights Med, Miku, Lay by Bar, The Morn, Dexter's Place, Jeremy Street, Castries, Citygate Bar, The City C, opposite the market, Plants Place, Denry Highway, Arlette Supermarket, Soufre, The Release Stress Bar, Labrie Highway, Cool Joint Bar, Victoria Schwazel, Prios Bar and Grill in Corinth, Grosile.
Enhance, the best a man can get.
Why are you suffering from aches, pains, and illnesses? When there's help for you. At Health Service Center, we offer a wide range of treatment that has been scientifically proven to help you with your aches, pains, and illnesses. Our ICT machine is one of the most effective devices in the health field. It has shown positive results in many health problems, such as back pains, shoulder pains, migraine headaches, pain in the knees and legs, poor circulation, arthritis, diabetic neuropathy. Rebuild. The power to heal. The future of pain relief.
Live streaming has become one of the best ways to connect the funeral of a loved one with friends and family, both local and international. NBC Television will live stream your funerals on television, and fatality of your funeral will be to your satisfaction. Call our office now and book your obituary and stream with us. 758-453-7458.
The voice. Your hero is back. Raw facts, no fluff. Shelton Daniel is here to deal with no fluff. Shelton Daniel is here to deal with the issues. Big issues. 12:30 p.m. to 2 p.m. Monday to Friday on Real FM. The no fluff. Shelton Daniel is here to deal with the issues. Big issues. 12:30 p.m. to 2 p.m. Monday to Friday on Real FM. The man.
79849, and just what I was thinking is on Gaspar Henry's mind. He says that is a shas. Remember going to the US without a visa? Remove VAT completely. Bananas to France. Documents on desk to sign, so price of gas will go down. 23 islands. I was just thinking to myself, any man who can build beaches on pillars, not that he can modify beaches or develop beaches or make beaches, he can build a beach on pillars, and he can promise that to people. That man, but Chasney didn't know about him. He didn't know about Chasney. This man should have gone to Alan Shastey with his proposal and said the 23 islands that you are building, give me the more complete, and I will build the beaches on pillars. I'm sure Alan Shastey would have immediately become all excited about him and given him, a massive contract, for this kind of thing. Massive. It would dwarf DSH and all the other things they're complaining about. Now, let me see. Exhibited such passion that we have to hear it. I guess what I was talking about, the lying. Because they're after the CIP again, They're after the CIP again, and people are calling employees of the CIP unit, threatening them and so on. I understand there's a fraudster. A guy was actually convicted and took jail and whatever for fraud. RIJOCK, rejock. I don't know if he was known for jock, so he's rejocking or something like that. I don't know, He's calling people at CIP office and threatening them. I understand that they're even plotting some kind of thing to come out, the Ronald Phillip kind of thing to come and say that McCloud Emmanuel was sexually harassing female staff. That hasn't come out yet, but I understand that's a plot that's in the making, in the works. I don't know if it will come out. But they're trying to come on to dirty McCloud Emmanuel because they know the CIP money, the manner in which Philip J. Pierre and his cabinet have laid out a policy of how they will use the CIP money to help with housing, to help with infrastructure. They don't want that. They don't want the government to come good and to give a good account of itself in anything. So wherever the money going to come, whether from Saudi loan or whatever, you have to oppose it. And now they see the potential. You believe right now Ernest Tilley and Philip J. Pierre will go down the corrupt road, or the road of corruption of the CIP, now that they have signed up to do a harmonized CIP with the other islands of the OECS, Antigua and St. Kitts and so on, that have agreed that they're going to standardize and work together and almost be collective in their CIP. You believe now Ernest Tilley and Philip J. Pierre will go and do crookedness when they will have so many other eyes of scrutiny checking them, and we are within the context of an OECS economic union? We have a call on the line. Sorry about that caller. Good afternoon. You're on the air. Go ahead.
Hello, good afternoon, Mr. Shelton Daniel.
Yeah, how are you doing?
How are you doing, sir?
I'm doing okay.
Doing a very wonderful job,
Thank you very much, my friend.
Listening to your program from since you was working Radio St. Lucia, IPI,
Thank you, my friend.
I just want to, the government doing a lot of good work, right? And they have a, you have a vision, you've seen everything. But everything will take time. People complain about when that hospital will build, but everything will take a little time, Shelton Daniel. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and certain people, they just don't know what they want. Lucians don't know what they really want.
Some Lucians.
Yeah,
some Lucians. The majority of St. Lucians, know that they want the St. Lucia Labour Party and Philip J. Pierre. They know that.
Yeah. Alan Shastey, right? Don't know nothing about Prime Minister, He don't know nothing about politics. He just want to come there. Watch what he do. For 5.5 years, he just destroy the country. People want to see that. But when this government doing very well, they still finding what they do for 3 years already, this and that. Everybody thinks they're doing good. The hospital, I tell somebody, what happened? By October November, we will get the hospital. Just a little time, patient. Look at the money the building, the old ministry, right? Just now, everything take a little time, Shelton. We can rush, So when they finish with the hospital, then they will build the justice, the whole of justice. They will, the city of Castries will, develop. Everybody will see the future of St. Lucia, because everybody overseas we're doing good. Because everybody asks me, what if I say the Prime Minister go a lot, and who's Prime Minister will pay Liat? Pay different vibes. God, I think Pierre doing very well, and Pierre's my neighbor, Check it, your Prime Minister I love so much. Pierre do things for me already, You understand?
Okay.
But I don't want to guys post about what student government do, I not. You understand what I'm telling you?
Mm-hmm.
But Shelton, just hold tight, be strong, let the Labour Party do what they're doing, and we'll see the future.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, man. I really blessed love.
Thank you very much, my friend.
Yeah.
Thanks. Right now, if anybody resign from CIP unit, it must be because there is so much crookedness that's going on there that people are running. Lon Theophilus told me, and I said so, he has clients who are CIP applicants and so on, citizenship by investment applicants, whatever. He's an agent, and he thinks it would be a conflict of interest for him to be representing people who have applications, and at the same time for him to be chairing the board. It means on every application, every other application, you have to recuse himself. So it's almost like he's not chairman of the board. The man told me that. You know, I don't suppose he's saying anything elsewhere. And to that matter, I'm told that he tendered his resignation. But by all indications, Lon Theophilus' resignation has not been accepted. So it has not yet is something where, okay, they've said, okay, thank you very much. Apparently, whoever the authorities are, they have not accepted his resignation. So that is still in abeyance. Officially, on paper, on documents, I believe Lon Theophilus is still the chairman, but he has offered or however say tendered or whatever his resignation and so on. That has not been finalized. I understand another CIP employee tendered her resignation. You know, I don't think that has been accepted. I think maybe she has even reconsidered now, whatever it is. People have all kinds of people calling the people at CIP, threatening them, telling them all kinds of things. Fellas think they can order the Prime Minister and the Minister he led to come to New York to meet with them and so on. Like Ernest Hilaire said on the program this morning, you want to see us, you come to St. Lucia and lay out your case. You ordering a Prime Minister and a Deputy Prime Minister to come. McLeod Emmanuel had agreed to meet with you, not because you ordered him, but because he had to be in New York doing something. So he just said, okay, he'll drop by and talk to you. You're gone now trying to blackmail, say you're recording. Now the fellas, people do some research. Do some research on a character called Ken Rijok. R-I-J-O, Ken Rijok. A man who was convicted, who was sentenced, who was jailed probably. My mind is hazy because I dealt with him extensively. Now they have Ken Rijok in the mix together with Alex Martinez calling people and tell them they have this and they have that. And I have no doubt that the lawyers who will be representing and who are standing up for people like McLeod Emmanuel and Ernest Hilaire and the CIU, that they will take note of this pattern of behavior. How can you be suing somebody and at the same time you say you file documents, but you're trying to blackmail them? You putting up people who say they are journalists to call them and to threaten them. People even calling people at CIU saying, if you do not resign by tomorrow, I have so much dirt on you. Well, okay. But all these things need to be recorded and presented to a court because they represent efforts at entrapment. They represent efforts at blackmail, which if you are seeking redress through the courts, why are you going through with that kind of gangster-like, mob-like, mafia-like behavior, but at the same time you suing the person in what is known as a RICO, racketeering influence, whatever thing. You saying that the person has engaged in racketeering, but you yourself engaging in mafia, mob-like kind of behavior to intimidate the person, to browbeat them, to blackmail them, to threaten them, to tell them, okay, I have dirt on you, and if you don't do this or that or talk to me, I'm going to sink you or so on. Record those things and present it to the court and let us see who is more into racketeering, who is more into criminal scumbaggery, and who are the people in St. Lucia behind it who are helping and facilitating, aiding and abetting them. The truth must come out and the truth will reveal. People, I think that's it for us today on the real issues. I want to apologize to you once again. I have a couple of comments will say, Gassa Shelton, you're wrong for that. You cut off my cousin. A beach on Pillow 2 is actually exciting. I'm sure it is. I'm just saying it belongs in the 23 artificial islands. That's where it belongs. You know? I mean, somebody sent me a text message about St. Jude and it will be handed over soon, but I'm not sure if I have their approval to read it on air. Is Rijok. It's not R-E-J-O-C-K. It's R-I-J-O-C-K. If the lotto is coming, let me know. Someone said, Shelton Body, let me tell you something. We may cut the north in 10 and all will be SLP seats. We're not going UWP again. Mokwa we? Vote mokwa. Let me see if I have a few text messages I wanted to read them, but I don't think we have the time for them.
Yes, sister.
Thank you very much, everyone. We gotta go now. Okay, let's do it again tomorrow, God willing. Shelton Daniel signing out.
The winning numbers for the midday draw of Monday 29th July 2024 were double daily grand 1, 5, 15, 22. Big 4 1, 9, 0.